All right, welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into this week's video, which is adding some color matched parts, you know what? I just decided to jump in. The last video, I kind of made a not so subtle hint to some merch, and someone referenced Wayne's World. That was kind of like my inspiration. Speaking of which, um, so I added some stuff. I've got a little merch store up, hat, t-shirt, mug, and hooded sweatshirt. So if you want one of those, I'll drop the link down below. But it's basically Full Tank Adventures .printify, and you can order. A shirt comes in black or white, beanie in black. The mug you can get in either in the red or black, and then a black sweatshirt. So there were like 4 people who were like, "Yeah, I'd like something." So for those 4 people, I am dropping some Full Tank merch here just in time for Christmas and heading into 2026. So I hope you enjoy it. And well, one note, I did order this stuff. I would say this is a large shirt. I have a large sweatshirt. I would say they're just a hair on the small side of large sizing. So if you're in doubt, order a size up. I probably will order an extra large shirt and sweatshirt for my next one. So that's it. Thanks for supporting the channel. 2025 was an awesome year. Lots of amazing rides. I appreciate everybody who's watched the channel, and we're going to keep rolling in 2026. And now rolling with some Full Tank Adventures merch. So I also got to get Randy. I owe Randy some merch now. So now he gets paid in bourbon and Full Tank Adventures merch. So got to get that order in as well. All right. Enjoy the video. We're heading off to Randy's corner. And Randy's going to do some stuff. And I'm going to attempt to not screw up the install. So let's go. All right, welcome back to the channel. Heading out into the garage because something amazing just showed up, and I'm going to show you what it is. It's getting into the winter, and it's which means time for some winter upgrades. So, and something winter upgradey just showed up. Let's check it out. Ooh, and you know what that means? That means Randy's Corner. That's what that box means. That box means that this is going to probably be a Randy's Corner episode, but let's dig into it and see what's in there. All right, so Advanblack gives you a general idea of what's probably in here. But let's cut this bad boy open and see what it is. I know what it is, by the way. It's not a secret reveal. I bought it. But for you guys. So, let's go here. The bike is pretty well dialed at this point, and now I'm kind of fine-tuning things. So that's what this is meant to be. Super nice packaging by the folks at Advanblack. You can kind of see probably a little bit through the foam. The whiskey fire is bleeding through. Give props to Advanblack. They're not screwing around with the packaging here. Yes, look at that. This I can do myself. This does not require Randy's help. This is the Radiator cover. And I've seen a bunch of other people get these color matched parts. And ever since I've seen a bunch of those, the black one's just been bugging me. So I cannot wait to get this thing on there. That is going to look awesome. So we've got that. That's not it though. That's not it. We're not done. Some parts. Hopefully they're instructions. Hopefully I have everything. And if you watched my
video for these custom dynamic lights. I did not properly read the instructions and was missing a part. But hopefully that's not the case this time. So a bunch of pieces, more packing. This, we'll get back to this in a second. This is the bracket. And for those of you in the know, you probably know where this is going. But I had these on my last bike, on the Wicked Red denim bike, and I absolutely loved them. I think they make a big difference on the style. And it comes, CVOs come with this. And I absolutely love these. Look at that, there you go. This is the CVO Fairings, kind of the fork fairing, or the frame fairing rather. Stop. Inspect it thoroughly. That's what we're doing. Sweet. All right. Get this bad boy out of the way. Okay, there's that. There's that. Gotta be careful. It is taped quite a bit. I don't want to accidentally cut the painted piece. There we go. Look at that. Those look sweet. So, we're going some color matched here. Whiskey Fire, Radiator cover, and the CVO fork fairings. These things basically go right here. And you can just already see, so I'm gonna have the color matched go from the fairing down to the, it looks really awesome. I've seen a bunch of these. I am super stoked to get these installed. So I also actually need an oil change. We put a lot of, Randy and I put a lot of miles on. So part of the reason I'm gonna go run over to Randy's, we're gonna do the oil change, and while he's doing that, I'm gonna get this started and hopefully not screw it up like I did with the lights last time. So let's go. All right, we're all loaded up. Advanblack parts back in the rack pack. I had to throw the bigger one on there to fit all the stuff, which is awesome. Yeah, so it's time to hit the road, go over to Randy's and do a little Randy's Corner episode. He's gonna change the fluids. I'm gonna try and not screw up the bike and put the painted parts on. So hopefully I have everything. Let's roll the intro for Randy's Corner and I'll see you there. Let's go. All right, here we are, Randy's Corner. I'm gonna let the bike cool down for just a few minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna give Randy his payment. Randy exclusively is paid in bourbon and whiskey. And then I'm gonna go make sure that I have all the right parts for my portion of today. Here you go. Your Woodford.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alex was just here yesterday. He got his headlight replaced, right?
Headlight and driving lights.
Driving lights. So Alex will no longer be running the one candle lights. We'll actually be able to see him back there.
Single candle power.
Yeah, single candle power. He's now made it to the 2000s. So yeah, and here I got all the stuff packed in here for the color match stuff. So we should, yeah. So I have to do like the new bracket. I haven't looked at the instructions at all.
What? That really surprises me.
I know, shocking, huh? So there we go. I'm gonna start with this because this is the easiest part. Start with a small victory.
It'll be the last thing to go on. You know.
It'll be the last thing to go on correctly. So, here we go. We'll get the parts all laid out here. And you'll notice, Randy, still haven't cleaned my bike.
No, it's still not.
I'm gonna have some really bright, shiny whiskey fire parts on some very dusty. I really need to clean this thing, and I gotta clean my intake again. God, that thing gets so dirty. That'll be the next step. Oh, we should, if we have a few minutes, can we adjust the lights too?
Yeah.
Get those so they're not pointed up into the sky?
Why? You don't like that?
No. I don't think the police officer that I rode past last night really appreciated it either. Luckily he didn't turn around and come after me.
The Road Glide ST, and I get on this thing, it's completely stock, and it just is unbelievable, the difference. It handles so good. It's powerful.
And you haven't even done any work to it. Like I said, it's bone stock.
Yeah.
Wait till you just throw on the air cleaner and some slip-ons. You'll notice a big difference.
Yep.
Yeah, this is you saw Randy had his new bike, so this is it, and you're enjoying it, huh?
Yeah, it's great. It's unbelievable. I mean,
it just feels like you said. It's just such a big difference. You came off, what was the year again?
23
Yeah.
Road Glide ST.
Yours was a 23. Mine was a 2019. Basically, pretty similar to each other. Although you had the ST, so you had a little more power out of the gate. But yeah, a couple of years, and the difference is astronomical between our old bikes and these two new ones.
I haven't even put it in sport mode yet. Not once.
Oh, we should program your ludicrous mode.
Yes. But it just, I can't believe how good it handles too.
Yeah.
Like it
just feels lighter. It handles so well.
And
If you haven't ridden a new bike yet, you need to go do that. Yes. Trust me. It is a world of difference. It is unbelievable. They're so good.
Do it. The Bible.
And Randy's just getting started on his. Got some thrashing parts on. Looking good. We adjusted, you probably saw another video, we adjusted this. Again, I cannot say enough. If you get a new bike, you've got to adjust the right side of the shock. This is for you. This is for the rider. So you want this, and they have the specs, so you can look it up. I went a little bit farther. That's for the rider. This side, the hand adjusting one, that's for passenger and packing weight. So that one's easy to adjust, but this one you want to kind of set up to get and it makes a huge difference because they come at 0, and so then you want to adjust it to fit your weight and preference, and it'll make a massive difference.
Huge.
Sweet.
Can't wait to do some more to it.
What also make a massive difference is actually changing the oil on this bike.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
We'll just change the oil occasionally.
All right, Randy's making progress on the fluids, and I've got everything unwrapped. Here's the instructions.
Eventually we'll look at those.
Eventually I'll look at these. Hopefully there's not a part missing, or I forgot to order something. Boy, this thing is, yep, gotta take the whole thing off again. These things, I had these on my 2019, and they were the bane of Randy's existence. Because I made the mistake. These were like the first things I put on. They were awesome, but then we realized that they were not the good. You don't want to put those on first. Because they are in the way for absolutely everything else. So this time we did it right, putting these on last, although these are a little bit different than the 2019 ones. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna get after it here. Start taking the taking the fairing off again. Here we go. So next step is actually we're going to start getting in on placing this piece here with the Advanblack one. Then it'll let me mount the Fairing Fangs on there. So that is next. So here we go. We're going to pop this bad boy off. All right, brackets off. All right, so brackets off. So everything's off that I needed to get off, and now we can start putting on the new stuff. So we're gonna put this on here. I have to actually put on these clips and then these brackets as well. I'll just keep following the instructions, even though I'll be honest, they're kind of confusing. But the good news is so far, I don't want to jinx myself, I do have all the right parts. TBD. Going to replace these two clips with the new clips that came. So I'm just going to pop those off. Okay, those are off, and now we're going to replace it with these two. Those two little clips are on there. So now we're just going to go ahead and reinstall the new bracket that has the attachments for the fangs. So let's do it. All right, we're getting this bracket back on. One thing to note is don't tighten these pieces all the way, because you kind of have to like make sure everything kind of fits together. So these are still a little bit loose, and I'm getting these into place, and then I'm kind of all tighten it all together. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. How's it going over here, Randy?
We're going back to full tank adventure here.
Oh, sweet. Getting her back on.
Getting her back on. Got fresh primary, fresh engine oil, and transmission.
All right, back to the front of the bike. Next up are these two brackets, and they just go right here on either side. So we'll get those on there, and I think they kind of have to like slide in here a little bit. So we'll get that sorted and keep rolling along. So far, although I don't want to jinx myself, this has been really easy. Okay, gonna put the brackets on here. They go on the inside behind. I was wondering why they didn't fit on the fronts, because they go behind. There we go. So these will sit just right here on either side. So I'm going to get this side on here and then go pop on the left side. And they're really easily marked, which is super nice. And the other piece is we're going to put these clips on here on either side. Well, that's not the right way to do it. There we go. So that, we're going to put that on the other side, then we'll be almost ready. What did you just say, Randy?
I said you did it right.
Yeah! You heard it here. You heard it from Randy. I did it right. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. I might have been celebrating too early. But basically, this thing goes in here. There's two plugs on the bottom. Well, that didn't work. Yep, I celebrated too early. Try and get that rubber piece in there. That doesn't make any sense.
There we go.
I know, but it just pops out.
You're just missing it just a little bit. Oh.
Yeah, but it just pops out because it's bigger, I'm assuming, so that you've got room to navigate a little bit, but maybe, actually, should we do this first? There we go. Bottom first. So, note to self, put the bottom one in first, then the top one. And then we're going to bolt in here. Ooh, look at that. All right, now we get this side, so we're going to learn from the other side. We're gonna put the bottom one in first, then the top one, just like that. Can still see the NOS tank, so that's good.
Oh yeah, that's important.
I want to still be able to see that.
Look at that.
All right, there we go. Both the fangs are on. Now it's time to put the fairing back on, and then we'll do the oil, the radiator cover, and then we're gonna roll it out into the sun, and we'll do a big reveal with everything on and everything back in place. This is really, really easy. Even a dummy can do it. And me. All right, let's get everything back together and then do the big reveal. I'll show you a little bit of before, and then reveal what the final product looks like. Let's go.
I wonder if you could bend this just a little bit.
All right, one thing that we have figured out here is I have the Thrashin skid plate, and the stock radiator cover, see, has this big gap at the bottom, and the Advanblack color matched one is a lot more color, so it's full, so it's kind of rubbing up, it's like we're nestled right up against that skid plate. So we're having a little bit of trouble getting it to clip in here. May consider cutting it out, or we'll just see how it works. It seems to be all popped into place, but that's just something to note, that the Advanblack one is not really necessarily designed to go with the Thrashin skid plate. It's meant to provide a little bit of protection just all by itself, and also provide more, just a bigger color coverage. So, all right, we'll see how it works. We're gonna roll this thing out into the sun. Randy and I are actually gonna clean it just a little bit, and let's do the big reveal. Let's go. There we go, another successful Randy's Corner. Fluids changed, the Advanblack color matched fangs and radiator cover. That was really easy, and it looks so good. I really like how it looks. It's just so nice to have a lot more color on the front of the bike. Look at that. Nice. Well, by the time this video comes out, it'll be winter, and you can see that it's not winter right now. It's really nice. We're having like a really warm fall, but we're gonna classify this under winter upgrades, because winter is gonna be here very soon. Literally, it could snow next week. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe I'll get some rolling footage of the bike, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. See ya.